Hey, yo. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Peace to man, the king of truth. King Truth is Allah. Coming to you on this Wisdom Cipher Day, right? So, if I'm going to change it, if I'm going to build properly in the way I see it, today is the 30th. The 30th, if we're going to flip them around, we're going to rearrange supreme mathematics, then today is Wisdom Cipher. Wow, that's, man. See, me, y'all done got so used to knowledge, wisdom, understanding that it ain't right. It's knowledge, understanding, wisdom. So these are all new builds, right? Wisdom Cipher. Damn. Wisdom Cipher. This is a mental challenge, right? So how do I see Wisdom Cipher? Wisdom Cipher, well, I didn't say it before. Is that a strong cipher is a wise cipher, and it's wisdom, right? 3 plus 0 break back down to wisdom. So we had wisdom. I did a build on wisdom, and it's to have a wise dome, use wise words, wise ways and actions. That don't tell us much, right? So wisdom, true wisdom, by the standard definition of wisdom, the universal general knowledge of wisdom is knowledge plus understanding equals wisdom, right? You can't have a wise dome, a wise mind without knowledge and understanding. For real. You can't have a wise dome, a wise mind, wise ways, words, and actions without knowledge and understanding, without first having knowledge and understanding the knowledge. You must understand the knowledge to be wise by wisdom's definition. For real, right? And so a cipher is, your network, your crew, your people, your family, your loved ones, whoever you building with, your co-workers, your classmates, your students, whoever you building with is your cipher, right? Pardon myself, I'm a little fatigued. But whoever you build with, chop it up with, share ideas with, try to progress with, try to move ahead with, is considered to be a cipher. And so to have a wise cipher, we got to be on the same page of knowledge and understanding. We got to see it alike, the same way. Through knowledge and understanding, it got to be understood that, what we finna partake in is right and exact. And so we got to see the knowledge the same way and understand it the same way to be able to build in a positive direction, to be able to move in a positive direction. That's a wise cipher. A wise cipher is a team that can build together, that can complete the task, complete the build, complete the project for real, right? And that's, that's a good thing. A wise cipher is a good thing for real. So peace to the gods. Peace to the gods. Oh man, couple things. I didn't want to even do no builds, man. I got trying to finish up these projects, but oh man, I was on the internet early this morning, and so I come across a new movie. And y'all gonna have to check it out. If I show the clip, they will probably take it down, saying I'm violating universal copyright laws, right? But the name of the movie is Book of Clarence, The Book of Clarence. So I'm gonna stop right there, and I'm gonna go back. So. And so, so if so the first part, the first part you are supposed to learn, the knowledge of self has, has a sequential order. It has an order, a right order. Now, people don't care as long as you get it, but there is a right order to the actual knowledge of self, and it's divided in parts and sections, right? So the first part that you're really supposed to learn before all other lessons is the history of the Father, right? And that's he got page, he has biographical pages on the internet, right? You got to do your research on Father. He got, he wrote books. I got some of the books. I haven't even cracked them yet, but I got books written by FatherAllah. And so, so that's the actual first part. That's the first lesson that you should know. And out of that lesson, they want you to remember, Father's birthday, his hometown, his nickname, and the first, I think it's the firstborn 9 or the first 10 students that he taught. Then they want you to remember the other city that he had 10 more students in, I think it is. And, who his partners was, and their history, and who made the flag, So that's the proper order. It's goes the history of the Father. Then it go to supreme mathematics first, supreme mathematics, supreme math first. Then it goes supreme alphabet second. Then you go into the knowledge of self, the proper knowledge of yourself. That's the 120 lessons. That's it is actually 120 lessons, that you must learn and build on, analyze, critically think about. And, that is divided into sections. It is the 1 to 10. That's the student enrollment. It is the 1 to 14. It is the 1 to 36. It is the 1 to 40. It is actual facts, and it is solar facts. Right? Then after that is the 12 jewels. Right? And so that's the proper order of learning knowledge of self. Right? That's the proper order. And so all 5%ers know this. All nation gods of earth, representative members, what have you, know the proper order. They know the They know the history of the Father. You know, I share a story. Minister Freedom was sharing his story. Freedom in the D. Young Freedom, young from the D. You know, he said he was getting it back way back in the day. And he was in Alabama, then he went to Georgia. And, you know, he was telling people he a 5%er. You know, he nation gods of earth. And, you know, he said, you know, he said somebody that had the knowledge stepped to him. He said, you ain't no 5%er. And, you know, he said, ask me anything. And so they asked him, you know, what's the Father's birthday? And it stumped him. And so when he shared that story, I was like, whoa, because I didn't know the Father's birthday. I mean, I read it, skimmed it, whatever, but I didn't know it like off the top of my head. I was like, wow. So that shut all that down, him being a 5%er, because he don't know the Father's birthday. And that's the first part. That's the first body of knowledge that you know you're supposed to know. It's the biographical information data of the founder of the nation of gods and earths. That is FatherAllah, also known as Clarence 13X, also known as Clarence Smith. But those ain't his names. I did a video about, you know, him changing his name, Malcolm changing his name, and those not actually being their name. So, Clarence 13X, right? And so the Father's birthday is February 22nd, 1928, born in Danville, Virginia. You know, his mother called him Puddin'. Not, you know, people think it's pudding, like pudding pops, but it's put. It's pudding. You know, the story is he used to pick up everything as a little child, and, you know, she would have to say, put that down, put. So his nickname is not Puddin', but Put, like pudding, right? And it's either February 21st or February 22nd. One of the dates, I'm unclear. 1928, born in 1928, from Danville, Virginia. Then he went to Korea. Then he fought in the Korean War. Then he made it back home, moved up to Harlem, met his wife, and some other woman. Then he met his wife, and I think she was in the nation already. You know, sort of similar to Betty, Auntie Betty Shabazz, Malcolm's wife. And that got him involved in it. And he became, they say he was the elevator man, the maintenance man of Temple No. 7. And then, some people say he was a student of Malcolm, right? So that's a little bit about FatherAllah. And then, he was suspended indefinitely, they say, from the nation of God, from the nation of Islam, for not being able to put down his vices of smoking, drinking, gambling, and arguing with his wife. And at that time, they did not play that. They did not play arguing with the wife, smoking, drinking, or gambling. And FatherAllah kept on smoking, drinking, gambling, and arguing with his wife. So he got put out. And some people, I don't know if it's true or not, some people say he started teaching the lessons like I'm sharing today. And they said, we don't teach that over here, brother. Some people say, Malcolm said, we don't teach that like that over here. And so if you're going to teach that like that over here, you got to go. They don't teach, the Nation of Islam does not teach literally that the black man and the black woman is God. they don't teach that, right? And so you know, he bounced, and then in 1964 he started it was first Allah's 5% Nation. That was the first name of the nation, God's earth. Allah's 5% Nation. Then he flipped it and he changed it to the nation of Gods and earths, right? So, you know, that's a little bit about the Father. So, you know, you must and should know who the Father is, the founder of the nation of Gods and earths. And so this go back to this movie, The Book of Clarence, right? And I seen the trailer for it this morning on Instagram. The Book of Clarence, starring Lakeith Stanfield, and it's produced by Lil Wayne and Gay-Z. I said, oh no, right? Now, you know, Gay-Z been trying to say he a 5%er for the longest. You know, he is not a 5%er. And the movie, just with a trailer, just because it's called The Book of Clarence, seemed like it's a spoof or a diss to FatherAllah. Now, this is 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm waking up, alarm going, I'm flipping, surfing, just trying to wake up, get a pickup. And so I see this, and automatically I got angry and disappointed. I'm like, wow, this is, you know, because it got Gay-Z name on it, then it got The Book of Clarence. Now, you know, look, Keith, outside of this, is a pretty good actor. You know, Lil Wayne is a great rap artist. I'm not a fan of Gay-Z, but, you know, him wanting to be a 5%er, make it look like, and he is unable to become a 5%er due to his lack of knowledge. Make it look like he's trying to play FatherAllah and the nation of God's earth. Now, the movie takes place in biblical times, Jesus' biblical times. I think it said 35 AD, 36, 34 AD. And but then it said, you know, Lakeith was or Clarence had knowledge and wisdom and understanding. I'm like, ugh, right? So now, if I would have shared it, you know, I think I just said they would have took it down. If I put a video of it, they would have took the whole video down, because it'll be violating universal copyright laws. So that's why I can only tell you about it, right? I was gonna put a picture with it, but I said, hell no, right? Y'all gonna have to look it up. You know, it's called the Book of Clarence, starring Lakeith Stanfield. Now, you know, he was in the Fred Hampton movie. You know, he played the informant snitch. Or I can't ever think of that dude's name. But yeah, man. So it looked like, you know, Gay-Z's hating. It looks like he's hating, right? In my opinion, Gay-Z is too fake even to be a 5%er, right? They say, you got to watch for, you got real 5%ers and you got 5%ers, people that got the chain and talking about peace, God, what's up, God. Those are 5%, but don't know no lessons. Gay-Z is too fake even to be a 5%er. He believes that he honestly believes, this is what I heard from him, that that having a real universal flag, chain, charm, gold means you're a real 5%er. This is what he is. This is what he is telling people and himself, that, you know, he's a real 5%er because he has a real nation of God's and earth chain. Right? One of these. You see? And so, you know, he think he got 24 karat, 14 karat, that, or he got it custom made or whatever, that you know, he think he is real because maybe he bought a real 5% real universal flag, but you know, Gay-Z just as fake as they got. He is too fake to be a 5 pretender. See, you know, he couldn't pass as a 5 pretender. Hear that fake, right? And so, you know, with, you know, him being a 5th grade educated now, you know, hold me to this. I believe he a 5th grade dropout. 5th grade, 6th grade. He did not. I don't think he went through 9 through 12. Honest. No cap, no slander, defamation. I'm going on what I heard. Right? You know, a 5th grade dropout. Right? And they put that museum at the library for him. And you think they would put his high school diploma up there with him, but he don't have that. Or it's so, you know, I don't, and so I don't think no man that's over 50 years old should be an executive producer on no film that got, you know, educated people in it. See, you know, I couldn't bring myself to watch that Western with Idris and Idris Elba and Regina and what's dude name? Boyoga, something like I you know, and you know, it was star-studded, but they put his name up there in big red letters. Executive produced by Sean Carter. I say, wow. I'm not a hater. I like movies, and I like to see Idris and Regina and all the other black stars show out. But you know, I can't watch it. Sean, he a 5th grade dropout, and you know, he act like, you know, it is criminal for people to have put him on a pedestal where he think he over my head, someone that graduated college in a couple weeks, finished with 4 years of college in a couple weeks, graduated high school. You know, it is criminal for him to think that he is over anybody's head. You see? So, you know, he not over my head, man. Not him. That's not my man's. Right? So, yeah, man, you know, Gay-Z, you know, y'all let this dude rule. And he think he the man, you know, cause he ain't questioning. You know, I keep suggesting to give him some math to show him prove that he graduated, or, you know, he really competent or qualified. You know what I'm saying? Give him some math problems. You see? So, then I'm gonna talk about Gene. right? So then, I did some more, research on that Adult Survivors Act, and I was confused myself. I was like, how did I asked, how did the victims know they could do this? And so it turns out that the charges had already been filed. These charges against Pussy Combe, Jamie Foxx, Jimmy Iovine. These charges have already been filed 18, 10, 13, 20, 30 years ago. But, it looked like they may have been tying it up in court, fighting it in court, and or the prosecuting attorney or somebody had backlog, right? They had too much cases, like, Detroit Wayne County got a terrible backlog of rape cases, rape kits that ain't been tested, and people, ain't been getting justice, right? So, it looked like it was a backlog of these, and so they call them claims made against these people. And they say Rikers got like 3,000 claims of people being sexually assaulted, right? And so I was like, man, so these cases been filed already, but this law is letting them file again a civil suit. So they trying to, I guess, keep them out of criminal. Somebody paid a lot of money to keep them out of criminal court, right? So they go into civil court so the people can try to recover financial damages, punitive damages from the Pussy Combs and Jimmy Iovines and Jamie Foxxes and everybody. I say, wow, you see? So, yeah, man. And so then, I'm about tired of Gene deal, man. I ain't tired of Gene. Like, I don't know Gene. But, he got into some trouble. He said he talking way over what he know. You see, he talking way over what he know, and for somebody that, he claimed he got a 4-year college degree. And, that you had to have that to be a New York State parole officer for 4-year college degree. Now, I'm prepping. I got on 2 different A's. Just the Oakland A, just the Atlanta Brave. I ain't perping, though. AA, right? But, and like, that girl, Gloria Vasquez, I think her name, said she don't even know Gene. She ain't never talked to no Gene. She ain't never talked to Pussy Combe bodyguard. She don't know Gene. But the story I'm tired of Gene telling is how Pussy Combe got Wendy Williams fired. You see, I don't think that's true. Gene, sometimes be his own worst enemy, trying to hit Pussy Combe. He don't do nothing but pick him up, put him on a pedestal, or make people scared of him, scared to fight him and hit him. He all powerful. Pussy Combs is and was not all powerful, and will never be all powerful to shut nobody down that he do not personally employ. See what I'm saying? When you give him that title, see, it was I think what punk ass Dr. Umar said, You give power to white supremacy if you believe in it. If you believe white supremacy is real and it exists and it's affecting you, then you can become a victim of white supremacy. It's the same. I think that's a bad example because white supremacy is real. For him to say white supremacy ain't real is like saying slavery ain't real, and slavery was real, and the psychological effects of slavery is definitely real. But if you believe that Pussy Combs is all powerful, then you will play the game where he is all powerful. Pussy Combs, Faggotveli, Faggoty Cent, Gay-Z is not all powerful. They too uneducated. See, if we go to the school system, they always make the smartest dude the leader. Faggoty Cent, a 4th grade dropout. Gay-Z, a 5th grade dropout. Pussy Combs, a freshman year dropout. Faggotveli, a 9th grade dropout. They not the head of me or nothing. Never will be, being that uneducated. Just like somebody showed them how to produce a movie, direct a movie, and make a beat. I make my own beats and shoot my own film. You see? Somebody's ugly today. That's what a Biggie say? Heartthrob never, black and ugly as ever. However, I stay Gucci down to the socks. Rings and watch filled with rocks. Heartthrob never, black and ugly as ever. However, so Pussy Comb, not all far, but Gene tell that story still to down the hole. That story, a story about 20 years, 20, 30 years old. He still Pussy Comb got Wendy Williams fired. What Gene been living under a rock? Wendy Williams' net worth is anywhere from $28 to $40 million. She had her own talk show from 2008 to 2022 called the Wendy Williams Show. Wendy, right? 2022, and I think she probably shut it down. They say she canceled it. Her health got bad. She was going through divorce, and her health got bad. A report says she suffered from Graves' disease, which is chronic fatigue. She probably wore the fuck out. She 58. She been on the radio with Charlemagne. So, I don't believe he got her fired. You know what I'm saying? That he didn't get her. He didn't hurt her career. Pussy Combs didn't hurt Wendy Williams' career. See what I'm saying? So Gene wrong. He don't know what he talking about. He act like he shut Wendy Williams the fuck down. If she was let go from that radio station, she went on to another one. She probably had something in the works already. So Pussy Combs ain't powerful, man. When you believe these rumors and without the full facts and the explanation, you gonna believe he got some power to call a radio station and get somebody under contract fired. So that's what I mean when I say I'm tired of Gene telling that Pussy Comb versus Wendy Williams story. And Wendy Williams ain't got to never work again. But she stay filming and writing books and shit. But she's sick. Her health ain't good, right? So so speaking of Gene, right? Gene is Omega Psi Phi, right? And the Omega Psi Phi, and he come out, and Gene, the only one that said FOI is responsible for Biggie's shooting, right? He didn't say which FOI. He just know it was an FOI man. And it's a lot of people don't act like it's a lot of FOI men, right? But Gene, the only one to come out and say the FOI man did it. And, he give, some backstory to why, right, on his podcast, right, on his YouTube channel. But, and so, Gene in real life, cute all like Shaq, cute all, right? He a real life cute all. And I'm not a fraternity brother, right? I didn't pledge. I would have, if I stayed in the South, if I stayed at Tuskegee, I would have with some of my friends I met down there. I come home and I went to a Q Dog and Omega Psi Phi informational. I think I tell that story. And I was, preoccupied with the streets and, a whole bunch of other stuff, right? So I wasn't, so I didn't pledge. I've been around frats and sororities my whole life. You understand? So I wasn't, pressed, right? But, and so I don't have a, I think, my problem today is that they call Greek. Like I went to Tuskegee. I think I said this. And so Tuskegee will so colleges will black colleges, to be specific, will introduce you to Greek life, sororities and fraternities, which is called, because they Greek letters, Omega Psi Phi is written in Greek, Kappa Alpha Psi written in Greek, A Phi A written in Greek, AKA is Greek, right? Delta is Greek, the triangle. Gamma, all that stuff is Greek. And so I went to Tuskegee freshman year. My African studies teacher, required reading was Stolen Legacy. Stolen Legacy is about how the Greeks stole Egyptian civilization. Egyptian civilization is credited with being the first civilization, right? They, taught math and science and space and medicine and spirituality in Egypt. And they say the Greeks stole everything from Egypt and introduced it to the rest of the world as their own findings and knowledge. Stolen legacy, right? So this being taught on a black campus. And I'm like, man, why we can't change the letters and be real black fraternities? Black fraternities and sororities, and why we gotta be Greek? All I'm saying, why we gotta be Greek? Now you want to argue the science of people. Then people claim Greek and they stole in Egypt and Africa is credited with the first civilization, not Egypt and Ethiopia. You know what I'm saying? So, where I'm going is that the Omega Psi Phi, after Gene come out and spoke against, who shot Biggie, the Omega Psi Phi made Farrakhan a honorary member. Now, if I was Omega Psi Phi, I probably left. I can't be a part of nothing Farrakhan a part of. For real. My knowledge of him is conscious. I'm not sleep on Farrakhan and the whole nation. I'm not sleep on them. And so the Omega Psi Phi, for whatever back in Gene, it looked like could have been a theory that they somebody say, well, we need to, say peace to Farrakhan. I mean, I'd have said fuck Farrakhan. You see what I'm saying? So, no. That's like, why they make Farrakhan an honorary member of Omega Psi Phi? You see that? No. Yeah, my knowledge of Farrakhan won't allow me to be a part of nothing he about. And I ain't tripping, bitter, hater, or jealous. I know the real. I know what's really up. You understand? And them brothers sleep. Omega, Kappa, Alpha, Sigma, they sleep. AKA, they sleep. These sleep black people. So, that's something to ponder. Right? Why Omega Psi Phi make Farrakhan an honorary member, honorary brother member. See what I'm saying? And Gene holding, sometime he release, the backstory to why the FOI beefing with them that particular night. Sometimes he don't say nothing, but, the FOI behind Biggie being shot. You see what I'm saying? So that's something to ponder. Y'all let me know. Right? So that's it. Peace. I'm gone.